Welcome to Open Up's Practice Today. I'm Mary Ellen. Today's focus is creative transitions. Please get up onto your feet, stand either on your mat, carpet, or if you want to use the hardwood floor, that is completely appropriate for today's class. Any balancing support needed, a wall is there for you, so be somewhere close to a wall if you need a little bit more support with balance. So let's get started on our feet. Bring your hands to your hips and lift your toes all the way up. Press your heels down and maybe even look at your toes. And then go ahead and lift the heels coming onto the tippy toes and move back and forth. We're warming up our feet and our ankles so that we can really get moving on our legs. Go ahead and pause here and heel toe your feet a little bit wider. Once you have a wide stance, go ahead and bend into both knees, pull your hips back, bend into one leg, and then bend into the other. These are side lunges we call skater pose or Skandasana in the yoga text. Go ahead and take it a little faster if that feels good in your body, warming up those legs now. Can you breathe in and breathe out? Maybe focus the breath in and out through the nose. Slow it down. Pause here, bend both those knees and straighten your legs. Heel toe the feet back together. Mountain pose. Feet are underneath of the knees, knees beneath the hips, torso long and arms by your sides. Reach the arms up to the sky, breathe in. Arms by your sides, breathe out. Sun breath here. Bend those knees, whisk the arms out wide, up to the sky, and then arms by your side. 2 more times. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, arms fall to the sides. Last one, breath tall through the spine, up to the sky, and then land the arms by your side. Move towards the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Find a subtle bend in your knees as you hinge at the hips, coming into a halfway lift. Bring your fingertips towards the floor. It's okay if they don't touch. Reach the arms by the ears. Stand all the way back up. Release the arms by your sides. Bring your hands back to your hips. Step 1 foot back, taking a lunge position. Your back heel is lifted, your front knee is bent. Lift the chest tall, and again, reach towards the ground as you hinge the hips. Fingertips might reach towards the floor or hover. Arms by your ears. Reach all the way up. Now we're in a high lunge position. Bend into the back knee and step forward. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Other side, please. Hands to hips. Step the opposite foot back. Reaching your chest tall. Fold at the hips. Reach the fingertips towards the earth. Arms by your ears. Arms to the sky. Bend into the back knee and step forward, get your balance. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Let's take it again, add on. Hands to hips. Step 1 foot back. Hinge your hips forward. Fingertips reach towards the floor, arms by the ears all the way up. Warrior 2. Spin that back heel flat. Spread the arms across the chest, reaching out in opposite directions. Look over the front hand. Reach the arms up, straighten the front leg. You'll see the same transition in my video, Garden Yoga. What's nice about that practice is I'm outside. So during these colder months, being able to watch videos where you're practicing outside makes you sort of remember and feel those warmer days. Take it 2 more times. Reach the arms up. Bring the arms back down. Notice what my leg is doing. As I reach up, I straighten my front leg and then I re-bend. Now you can add something a little fancy with your feet. Reach the arms up, pluck your toes off the floor. This is called reverse triangle. and then back, warrior two. Hands to your hips, straighten the front leg, parallel the feet. We come back to that wide stance. Hinge forward at the hips. Fingertips reach towards the floor. Again, they don't have to touch. Bring your arms by your ears all the way up to standing. Arms open to the sides. Bring your hands to your hips, heel toe. Maybe you jump your feet together and then walk back to the front of your mat. Same idea using the other side of the body. Step one foot back. Hinge forward, reach towards the ground. Arms by your ears, high lunge position. Open warrior two. And it's nice now that I'm facing away from you so you can see my shoulders are rested. My back heel is grounded. Let's move into that flow just like I show you in the garden yoga series. We reach the arms up and straighten the front leg, and then we rebend as the arms flow down. 2 more times, breathe in, breath out, warrior two. Triangle, breathe in, warrior two, breathe out. Now maybe you get a little fancy in your feet, you reach the arms up, you pluck those left toes off the floor, back to warrior two, hands to hips, straighten the front leg, the feet parallel. You hinge at the hips and reach down for the floor, or even touch your hands to the wall if it's close by in front of you. Hands come back to your hips, come all the way up, reach the arms to the sky, heel toe or hop your feet together to touch. Walk to the front of your mat, mountain pose. Let's take that one more time. Bring your hands to hips, step 1 foot back behind you. Hinge forward, reach down towards the floor. Arms by your ears. Reach up, and then maybe this time you lift the right heel or the front heel off the floor. Warrior two, lower that front heel, walk the back foot out a little wider, look over the front hand. Reach the arms up, straighten the front leg, and maybe lift those toes. Back to warrior two, and maybe you lift that heel again. Hands find your hips, lower the heel, walk those feet so that they're parallel. Hinge at the hips, reach for the ground. Sweep the arms by your ears all the way up to standing. Step or hop your feet together. Come to mountain pose at the top of the mat. Last side, hands to hips, step 1 foot back. Reach towards the ground. Arms by the ears, lift your chest up all the way, high lunge. Maybe your front heel rises. Warrior two, spread the arms and heavy the back heel down. Reach up, straighten the front leg, maybe lift the front toes. Back to warrior two, pause. Lift that front heel. Lower that heel, parallel the feet, wide-legged fold as you hinge forward. Come all the way up, arms reach to the sky, heel toe or hop the feet together last time. Big step to the front of the mat, it's mountain pose. Notice your breath in and your breath out. Hands to your hips, you can always reach for a wall for some more balanced support. Lower one shin down, the other shin down, practicing getting on and off the floor. Sit on your heels. Now take that same foot that got you down to the floor to lead you to standing. So hands can find the floor, step that foot on the mat, other foot follows, roll all the way up to standing. We switch sides. Again, if you need the wall, just turn yourself around. Lower one knee down, the other knee down. See if you can sit back on your heels. Reach for the floor, step that foot that led you down forward, the other one, and then roll all the way up. Let's try it again, maybe without so much hand support. So hands can come to hips, lower one knee down, the other knee, you stay here or sit on your heels to stretch the feet, and then lift up, step foot down, other foot follows, nice control. Remember that this is a creative way to get on and off the floor. Other side, the wall is always there for support. Notice your breathing. Try not to panic. This is good practice for everyday movement. All right, we made it. Bring yourself back to the center of your mat. Take your feet into that wide stance again, and let's see how it feels to move from side to side in those side lunges as we did in the beginning of class. I feel like my hips feel a lot more open, my ankles feel strong, my feet feel less tense. Notice how it feels for you. Maybe you bring those arms out to the side and you transition a little lower. Now go ahead and reach one hand towards the opposite foot as you bend that side and open the chest for a twist. Come back up, bend into the opposite leg and twist. Skater twist. Come back to center and switch. Now with the breath, inhale, twist, exhale. Bring yourself back to center, hands towards the floor. Hop your feet together and then lower down to your knees. Sit on your heels. If this is not comfortable in your legs, you can sit in a cross-legged position. Reach the arms up, breathe in, and release the arms down, breathe out. We're gonna take a little mudra with our hands. Since we did a lot of fancy footwork, I thought we could also do some fancy hand work. So go ahead and take your pointer and thumb together to touch, coming into a peaceful mudra in our body. Rest both hands into your lap and breathe. Take another cycle of breath in. This symbol connects ourselves more closely to our breath, to our intention to arrive and move together. Settle in with the expression, which is our mudra. It's a symbol that we create in the body. As you release down, come into one little bit of movement to stretch out if you've been sitting here for quite a bit. Come onto your shins, bring your hands to your hips. Step one foot out to the side this time, plant the foot. This is called gate pose. Pull the hips back a little bit, feel that fold at the hips, and slide your same hand to that outer leg, and the top arm reaches up and over. We transition the hands to the floor by circling the top arm across the face and down to the mat. Fingertips can come to the floor, closing that hip by bringing the knee next to the bottom. Hands to your hips. Other side, step that foot out wide, plant the feet, fold the hips, and then begin to reach that same arm down the leg, opposite arm up and over. So nice just to open up through the side of our body after all the movement. Circle the arm in front of the face and lower it down to the ground. Bring that outer knee next to the standing knee. Hands to hips, kneeling here. Take one more breath, reach the arms up, and release the arms. Maybe roll the wrists out like fallen confetti. Find your way to standing. So as you again practice that transition of standing up onto our 2 feet, bring those hands to your hips, lift the chest, and shrug the shoulders down. Notice how you feel stronger, more connected from the heels all the way up to the top of the head. Let your arms reach open to the sides. And if you will join me by bringing the palms together to touch, we honor ourselves and express gratitude towards one another for showing up to practice together.